Taurus, hello. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's reading. We are going to ask Spirit what the energies are that are influencing you and supporting you on this beautiful 2025 beginning. I'm so excited for 2025. I'm excited for you, Tauruses, because this is Uranus's final stand in your sign. You've got Jupiter in your second house of finances and earnings and material possessions. The expansion of that, you have Uranus, who has helped you adapt to change and to enjoy how you can move with the tides, rather than fighting them or trying to stand firm no matter what's trying to move you. Taurus, you guys have been working hard, and now Uranus is going to be moving into your second house now of earnings and finances. Okay, so expect more surprises. And what do we have? We have something going on with Venus this week. Oh gosh, I wish that I had that information. I learned about it a few days ago, and I can't quite remember enough to be able to tell you, except that there are I know Venus is exalted in Pisces, where she is, and so you can expect very harmonious and loving energies to be influencing you at this time. I think that there are some big surprises available for you in the most positive ways, Taurus, coming this week. Okay. In terms of financial stability, yeah, that's something that Taurus values greatly, is financial stability, right? We have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Happy home, happy life, happy outcome, all wishes fulfilled, all wishes granted. Financial security. Is that the wish that has been granted? 6 of Swords, taking yourself out of a difficult period of time, away from your own personal hell, and allowing yourself to be guided towards a beautiful, bright new future, a future based in your wisdom. Now, if we think about the King of Swords, which is your king, Taurus, what we see is how he has used his wisdom to build his empire. And one of the key elements of the 6 of Swords is the wisdom that you have gained from difficult experiences. And now there's the Chariot. There's the Chariot. Moving forward with confidence. Another card of moving forward with confidence. So this Chariot. So the Chariot actually talks about this very specific way of moving forward. And it is a way that is based on rising above. Okay, so if we have experienced like a difficult time, like maybe we kind of got into it with somebody, or we just have had a very challenging time, getting caught up in the details of our life. That's being sort of like you're creating by default at that point, and not being the conscious creator. So when you rise above circumstances and you tap into the higher wisdom of source, God, angels, whatever that is for you, when you tap into a higher wisdom, you are no longer being swayed to a reactionary or survival mode response. It's reactionary, right? It's not even response, right? So you move away from that duality, that pull between love and fear, constant back and forth. And you now take action from a very inspired place that has you deciding how you're going to feel. And that feeling is the one of being connected to the universe or source, God, angels, higher self, whatever that is for you. Okay. When you're connected to that life force energy that's breathing life into you, that untouchable, almost undefinable force, when you're tapped into that and you decide that you are going to remain connected no matter what, movement begins to happen in your life. 9 of Wands, taking that wisdom and taking action on that wisdom. Now nobody can take that. The 9 of Wands reminds me of like that. God, what is her name? Like, I don't know if it's like Diana Ross song. It's an old like 80s song. If you guys know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments. Okay. But it's the, no one can take your dignity. Once you have your dignity, nobody can take it away from you. Well, also that's true. Dignity, wisdom, confidence, powerful force within yourself of being tapped into life force energy. You're moving forward with that kind of conviction and confidence. Okay. All right. And now we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a milestone achievement. So if we're pulling this all together, we would say that if you have lived a turbulent setup, what am I talking about? I literally mentioned Uranus being in your sign since, forever, the 6 years, 7 years it's been in there. All of this turbulence that you may have experienced and what has unraveled because of all of that, it has left you with the ability to be able to rise above circumstances and no longer be reactionary. You get to now plan, and with conviction and knowledge and confidence, you get to plan these achievements that you make in life. You know what? I just read that Three of Wands like it was the Four of Wands. Three of Wands. This is strategy in your steps. Strategy in your steps, because things are coming your way. So yeah, it's balanced, and yeah, you're going to make some achievements here, but I apologize, I read that just a little bit wrong. But I think that three obviously moves into the four, and so it's not completely out of off base to be able to read it that way. But that Three of Wands is where you're taking strategy that impacts your long-term sense of financial stability. Okay. Let's see here. So let's keep going with you, Taurus. What is your outcome for this week? What is the outcome for? They wanted me to use the other deck. Okay, no problem. This is the traditional Rider-Waite deck that we're going to use here. What is the outcome for Taurus this week? What does Taurus need to know? Ooh, change. Deep psychological change. That is where you end a cycle, psychological cycle, right? It's what that internal narrative and program that just plays out the circumstances of our life. What does Carl Jung say? He says something along the lines of, this is what he says, until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will dictate the circumstances of your life, and you will call it fate. I may have fumbled that just a little bit, but the gist of it's there. It's going to, the unconscious aspect of you, until it becomes conscious, it will continue to dictate the circumstances of your life, and you will call it fate. The Hanged Man speaks to being able to get out of that cycle, being able to make what was unconscious conscious. Being able to make what was unconscious conscious. Is that your outcome for? Okay. All right. So we have, so I have the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups. The interpretation that I'm getting for you here, Taurus, is like the difference between, no, I'm going to keep, hold on. I'm going to keep going before I say anything. Three of Cups, Page of Cups, Ten of Cups, Three of Cups. Yeah, I know what I want to say to interpret this, but I'm going to just keep going just a little bit here before I go any further, okay? Before I go any further. This is all water energy. Even that Pisces is water energy. Okay, here, Taurus. So we're taking this, what was unconscious, and we are making it conscious as far as what your imagination. Okay, so what ideas have you been getting? What creative ideas have you been getting about your personal success? Okay. Now, this is about friend group, networking, connection, right? This is about being able to connect with like-minded people, and being able to be 100% yourself and celebrate life as you are moving forward. Honestly, looking at your entire reading here, Taurus, I would have to say that there is some sort of soul fulfillment that you are experiencing in terms of groups that you are joining, groups that you are putting together, and it will actually benefit you in more ways than what you expect. This is Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the ruling planets of, what is this? I want to say a Pisces. Well, Well, okay, so Jupiter, let's not go there, because I know Neptune is a modern ruling planet for Pisces. But is the original or traditional, is that Jupiter or is it Saturn? I want to say it's Jupiter. Okay, so we have Jupiter here who is expanding you beyond where you had been limited. Okay. And I think that it's doing it through connections with other people. What you've done here, it's all kind of coming together. And that's what this whole 9-year is going to be about. Okay. This is about where all that you have been through, all the lessons that you have learned, or the life that you have accumulated over the last 9 years, putting it all out there and being able to look at it and sift through it and say, what is good for me that then becomes good for all. Okay. Because there's a very humanitarian vibe in the 9-year. Okay. So I think that what you have done here is you have decided to extract yourself from being caught up in the minutia, the day-to-day activities of life, and being pulled one direction or another. You've decided to rise above and choose your sense of well-being, your connection to the divine. Okay. You've made that decision, and now you're being called to connect with other people. And through those connections with other people, you will find your success. Again, you could be launching some sort of group, or whatever it is that you are engaging in has to do with connections with other people. And that's where you will find your success, your personal expansion, your personal connection to your fortune. The wheels of fate are turning in your favor, and it has to do with you connecting with other people to be able to receive your financial stability and your success. Success in connections. I'm going to write that down. Success in connections. But you've been getting a lot of ideas about this, haven't you? Because we have the Page of Cups. There's a creative force that is working through you. Absolutely a creative force that is working through you, Taurus, that is inspiring you to these connections, because your success is embedded in those connections. Okay. Now you're the Hierophant. You're the Hierophant, right, Taurus? Which is where you connect to the divine and you share that information with other people, right? You kind of you're a standard setter. So yeah, that rings true. I mean, it tracks, doesn't it? Totally tracks here, Taurus. All right. So let's go ahead and thank you so much for being here with me, Taurus. I love every one of you. This is an interesting pivotal week for you. Okay. It's a pivotal week for you where you start to see how your connections with other people are expanding your life, expanding your good fortunes. Okay. All right. I love you. Thank you again for being here with me. I will see you all next week.